So this may or may not mean something, but I definitely saw this coming, and you probably did too.
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to well, we call you normies.
There were some great and competitive games on this past NFL Sunday. I watched most of them. I have NFL Sunday tickets, so I watched some really good games. Of course, Jaden Daniels, he did his thing for the Commanders. You saw Saquon Barkley break 2,000 yards, and he might break Eric Dickerson's record. Next week, we'll have to see about that. Of course, Baker Mayfield put up 5 touchdowns. Sam Darnold, he won his game. And, I mean, there are a lot of great games going on. Of course, the Eagles, they won. The Bills, they won over the Jets, which we're going to get that here in just a moment. But there were some great games that came on, okay? And some people got eliminated. There was very unfortunate, but it's the nature of the game, right? Well, in particular, the Jets and the Bills. Now, this game was interesting, not really because the Bills won, because we knew they were going to win, all right? We know the Winter Soldiers out there doing this thing. They're chanting him to be MVP over Lamar Jackson, which remains to be seen. But the bigger story was that Aaron Rodgers got benched, I believe, in the fourth quarter.
Congratulations!
And for most of you that watched the game like I did, the game was scoreless for the Jets into the fourth quarter, right? And that's what I would like to talk about right now. As you can see here from the New York Post, Aaron Rodgers hits new Jets low as he's pulled from game versus Bills as potential breakup looms.
Fatality.
Now, again, this could mean something, could mean nothing. He wasn't playing a very good game. He didn't score any touchdowns, and so they had to get some momentum, so they took him out of the game. It's very much possible they're going to go with him next season, and so they say, you know what, let's just pull him before he does, for something bad happens to him, and just, put Tyrod in the game, and let's let him finish it out, okay? Because they're not going to the playoffs anyway, you know what I mean? So they're going to be riding the couch anyway. So let's get in this article and see what the details was of this horrendous game for the New York Jets. For just $5 a month, please consider becoming a member of Welcome to Normieville. There you will find access to members-only videos and members-only live streams, as well as a host of other perks. Thank you for your consideration. Back to the video. Orchard Park. The end appears near for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Not just to his stunningly disappointing season, but maybe for good. Sunday's 40-14 loss to the Bills at Highmark Stadium, where Rodgers was shut out in the 3 quarters he played before being replaced by backup Tyrod Taylor, was a low point in the season of lows for the 41-year-old Hall of Fame-bound quarterback. Rodgers completed just 18 passes for 112 yards and threw 2 interceptions in the defeat. Yes, I believe if you look at the stats, if I'm not mistaken, Tyrod Taylor came in the game and he scored the 2 touchdowns with no interceptions. And my man Aaron had 2 interceptions. His RTG was 44. I mean, his passer rating was like in the toilet. I mean, it was just bad. He was sacked 4 times for 26 yards in losses, including 1 for a safety. I mean, yeah, as you see right here, this was on the sideline just looking like, man, what do we do, right? The season is in the toilet. The 112 yards was Rodgers' lowest output since he was held to 104 in a 38-7 loss to the 49ers in 2019. It's kind of like the season just got away from us, Rodgers said. Too many games got away from us. This game got away from us. We were moving the ball well, and then we just hit a wall, and that's kind of the season. The Jets moved the ball well early in the game and got nothing out of it. And, well, that's, I guess, encapsulating of their whole season. I mean, they had a lot of close games, but, I mean, you don't get money for close games, right? You get money for wins, okay? You know, your record reflects that. So if you can't close in the end, then, I mean, you can have a whole bunch of close games, but, I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. Quote, the 2 times we played the Bills this year, we moved the ball pretty well and it just hurt ourselves, Rodgers said. We scored more points in the first one with 20 points, but then you watch the first one back. We had plenty of chance to win the game. Today we moved the ball well the first 2 drives and got no points. And after the half, the game got away from us. Well, you don't say. Rodgers, who's been shut out only once in his career, was replaced by Tyrod Taylor early in the fourth quarter. Taylor completed 11 of 14 passes for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, well, in one quarter, Tyrod Taylor had almost the same stat line as Aaron Rodgers in 3 quarters. All right. Now, again, I'm not taking anything away from Aaron Rodgers' greatness. I mean, he was with Green Bay. I mean, he was outstanding. People say he was Hall of Famer. People say he was even better than Tom Brady. I mean, I'm not gonna make that argument, but people said that they said that Tom Brady was more accomplished, but Aaron Rodgers had more skill, right? I mean, do with that what you will. I'm not trying to argue that, but I've heard that being said plenty of times, right? However, just like Deshaun Watson in Houston, Aaron Rodgers, his days of old in Green Bay, I believe, are done, and they're not coming back.
No, I gave you everything I had.
You did.
I gave you everything I had.
Going out and competing as a competitor, that's what you love to do, Taylor said. Obviously, you never want to be playing at the cost of injury or at a blowout. But obviously, when your number's called, you have to go out there and perform. It was good to go out there and put some plays on film. I mean, well, it hadn't been for you, they would have actually been completely shut out. As for Rodgers, his closest friend on the team, receiver Devontae Adams, said for Aaron, a lot of this season has been plagued by injury. By who? By him or others? There have been some things that he's going through, obviously, and he hasn't been able to put the best product out there. Well, I think you're just sticking up for your teammate. I mean, it's commendable, but let's keep it playing like shit. It's unfortunate. I think the competitor he is, based off the way the season is going, it would be hard for me to envision him not playing. But it's not something I talked to him about. You've got to let people think about those type of situations. Cool. I think about what my future is like, and I ain't 20 years into playing. If he were to step away, you can't blame the guy. He's put a lot into this, and he's been one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. No matter what happens from this moment, you can't take that away from him. He's 41 years old, and playing this game at the level expected is not easy to do. Well, I agree with you. Tom Brady kind of, I guess, broke that mold, much like LeBron James in the NBA. I'm so proud of him, and I let him know that every time we're together. Asked what his future holds, Rodgers said, I'm going to enjoy next week and then take some mental and physical rest. Well, I mean, their season's over. I think they got one more game, but they're not going to play Aaron. I mean, essentially, Aaron's season is already over as of last night. So, yeah, man, I mean, what was his stat line again? 112 yards, 18 passes, 2 interceptions. I mean, that's pretty much been their whole season of just one failure after another. I mean, you got the coach, sacked, as they say in UK. You got him fired. And, well, now it's all on you. And have you carried the team since then? No. There's been loss after loss after loss after loss since you fired the coach. So was it the coach or was it you? Or, I mean, there's only one other person to blame. And we can't put it on the rest of the team because you're the second in command next to the coach, right? I mean, the ownership, no. They're not on the field. They make personnel decisions. But you're the guy that's on the field. The coach got fired. Everybody said he needed to go. You didn't like him too much, I guess. And now it's on you, and look what's happening. So, in my opinion, this is now all on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if they're going to bring him back. But I think his time in New York is coming to a close fairly quickly. They bring him back. It's just for a test run. They got Tyrod Taylor in the background. I don't know if they're going to draft a new guy. I mean, with their record, they're definitely going to get a top 5 draft pick, I think. I believe their record, let me check. I believe their record is 4-12. So, yeah, they're going to get a top 10 pick for sure, I believe. So, we'll see what happens, all right? And with that being said, thank you for taking another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just Normie, here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports, news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about Aaron Rodgers getting sat down in the fourth quarter without scoring a single touchdown. Have these dismal statistics. Down in the comment section, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.